What's up? Thought I'd talk to myself for a little bit. First, I want to give God the glory because without Him, nothing's possible. You know, got a few things to talk about real quick, and because I look at Jamaican people. I be looking at them, and I over here in America, we got 50,000 gods. We got Buddha, we got this, we got that. You know, with that being said, over here, you got scared pranks on the internet. People be what I'm saying, getting scared or whatever. People, the bushman, you could jump out of the bushes, and the first thing that come out their mouth is, you know, Jesus, Jesus Christ, you know, Jesus, I'm scared, Jesus, Jesus. Oh my God. I don't know why they don't say, oh my Muhammad or oh Buddha or anything else, but they quick to say Jesus, but he don't exist, but you quick to speak it. Well, anyways, I just had to let that be known. But let's talk about let's talk about people out there in Jamaica, because I had a lot of artists out there that I'll be like, yo, I'm really feeling a lot of these artists out there. I'll be listening to their music or whatever, and I'll be getting some culture vibes or whatever, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I love their music. And then all of a sudden, their next song is, you know, you know, getting, you know, sex and drugs and violence and gun and all these different things. There's so many people out there, so many artists. That's the saddle of the fence. That's like, what can you give me, man? But a mixed message, and everybody's out there, bo, 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 a good artist, and they wonder why they're in trouble. And then the country is so violent, because you're promoting, you're loving this stuff. You guys are loving this stuff. One minute you singing a good song, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna lock this artist in, and I'm gonna go with this artist because this artist is it's got a mind on his head. And then his next song, give God praise, and I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed, I'm blessed. Then the next music is killing a brother, promoting drugs, popping mollies. I mean, I've never seen a culture so much. At least over here in America, over here in America, the artists is over here, they just straight up gangster with it. Drill music. They don't even put God in their mouth. You know what I'm saying? But in Jamaica, you got these artists out there. One minute they praising the Lord. God be the glory. I'm on the rock and all this and all that. You know what I mean? Hell, King Selassie and all that, or whatever they want to praise. Then the next minute they ready to gang bang, and we promoting this stuff. Then we say, oh, I can't believe, this artist got died or this person died, or what I mean. We got too much violence in the country, but you got your artists out there promoting killing all day long. You know what I mean? At least over here, we got 1,000 gods to choose from, man. So when you see a man say praise King Jesus, that's a miracle in itself because we got so many different gods to choose from. Y'all wake up in the morning and know who the Father is. You know what I'm saying? You got so much blessed land and everything going on out there, but hey, that's just my opinion, man. And there's so much hidden. And I was downstairs talking to the Jamaican girl downstairs. I was like, yeah, I was in Jamaica. I was building a house and everything, and I went, I was doing that right there. And she looked at me and said, "Why?" She didn't say, "I'm proud of you" or "good thing that" or nothing. She just said, "Why? Why are you doing this?" I was like, "Dang." She was like, "Yeah, man. Why?" So I didn't even go into the details because I get that from every Jamaican over here. So that must be some type of foundation of distrust coming from Jamaicans. And while I was over there, I realized there was no love over there. You can't even tell her, yo, brethren, love you, dog. And he's like, love you? John, born off that. I'm like, why? I can't say I love you, my cousin, bro. They're like, nah, man, we don't tell them, man, say we love them, man. I said, yo, you tell your son you love them? They're like, nah, man, we tell them we all right, man. Respect, we rate them. So I'm like, you don't even know love. Yeah, a lot of people from Jamaica. I'm speaking about Jamaica because that's where I was at. That's where I've been chasing for years. So nobody can tell me nothing. Say don't talk about Jamaica. I don't business. You come here, you come to New York, you come to Florida, whatever, and y'all talk. So I'm gonna go ahead and have a talk too. I've never seen such a little. place full of, I mean, perversion on another level. I mean, is there anybody out there that don't touch their kids? Which you don't like me because I'm gonna speak it. Uncles touching these kids, perversion. You know what I'm saying? You can have sex with, what's the statute of limitation out there? 16? Huh? Tighten up, man. What is it? Like that's why these little schoolgirls go to school. They can't even. Yeah, perversion starts at another level, man. You go to the bus, you take a bus, and the pit of them are they sitting on top of each other. You know what I mean? And then they listening to dancehall music. Wind up this sound, wind up that sound, broke this sound, broke that. I mean, goodness gracious, man. Then they wonder why the country is full of perversion. Nobody ain't gonna like it because what? Nobody want to speak about it, huh? Huh? You ain't gonna talk about all them little kids y'all keep touching out there, man. My daughter went through the experience, man. I ain't gonna say no names, but there's it goes deep, man. And everybody want to cover it up. God bless them when they dead. Oh, God send them to heaven and oh, rest in this, man. Rest in nothing, man. You resting in that dirt, man. That's where you resting at, man. I ain't gonna tell you where you rested because I can't judge. But a tree will be known by its fruit, man. Can an apple tree bear this? Huh? Can a pear tree bear this? No. So that's the same thing, man. You ain't gotta judge a man. You could just simply judge him by his fruit. So you see people in Jamaica, man. I'm not saying all people are corrupt, but I seen big money. I talked to them when I was in the dance style and say, yo, the girl look nice. Most people chip in and chip out too, because this is a conversation that's gonna touch you. And you ain't liking it. If I could tell on them walls, man, there's a lot of people that's supposed to be with R. Kelly if R. Kelly's even guilty, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he ain't, but I can judge him by his fruit. He got married to a young girl, and a lot of other artists out there is perverted. But when they see the young girl, I was like, man, she kind of young, bro. Should I know someone, a girl, right, man, they're ready, man. Like, what you mean, bro? It's like they say, I saw it, like I saw it go, John. I'm like, what you mean? I saw it go. In my mind, I'm like, nigga, excuse me, brother, excuse my language, like my brother, but that's not how it goes, man. That's how it goes for you. So there's a lot of love that they don't have out there, man. And that's a God blessed nation, man. And y'all losing yourselves, man. And that's what a lot of stuff that my daughter could walk down the streets out here in New York or out here in Florida, and if a brother like my age say, "Yo, go on, little baby, yo, go on, sweetness," I'm gonna want to knock you out, son. Like you can't do that. Like somebody come up to you and be like, "Yo, what's up with you, bro? You don't see us a little girl going to school, son." But in Jamaica, it's just like people just hold their head down and keep on walking, keep it moving. It's like become the norm. Like what the hell? Well, what's going on? Is that what is a Jamaica full of people that no business with nobody? Then they can't they want to cover it up. That's one thing you can't talk about. I was talking to my family like I don't even want I don't want to bring no names or disgrace anybody's name. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people in my family that's perverted, son. That I seen that I had to come. I was confronting some of them, man. And if I take it to the family elders, they look at me like I'm crazy for even speaking. John, you almost to talk them things, John. John, don't talk them things there. I'm like, for what? This is what happened. My little daughter was touched. Like nobody's understanding that. She couldn't even go down to the store. A little girl, you could see a little pitney when you see one, my you. You know I said they're young. So what you looking over there for? Why? Because the dance halls and all this other perverted music is promoting it, man. Ain't nobody saying nothing about it, man. And that's another reason why I left Jamaica. I'd rather be over here, bro, where it's discreet at least. Over there is wide open, man. Then there ain't no love, man. People over there is murderous minded, man. Murder minded, man. Kill you in a minute, bro. Kill too much damn chickens and goat and all them things there, so they use the blood. Must. But they easy to stab a man, kill a man, and bad mind is like so crazy over there, man. So people keep asking me, why you not going back to Jamaica? Man, I'm going back. I ain't going back over there to protect my daughter, man. I don't know if they into the men thing, but you know what I mean? You're sure enough into perversion when it comes to little children, man. And no love. Go ahead, curse me out. I don't care, man. But it has to be said, man. That island is perverted, man. Perverted to the third degree. You know what I mean? But anyways, to all my people out there that's wondering what I'm doing right now, I'm in a hotel room as you can see, chilling. Unfortunately, um, let me tell you how God works in mysterious ways, real quick. I don't know about my job, but I went to my job the other day and I seen some guys out there, and they're hiring some guys because the world is lazy, man. People don't want to work. And in my field, if you want to make, you can make up to $250,000 a year and even more. And that's the God's honest truth, whether people believe it or not. I'm in a great career and I love my job. Big shout out to Mac. Big shout out to American Van Lines for taking me back. They was like, John, we usually don't take people back, but we're gonna take you back, man. You're a good man, you're a good worker. We understand you had, emotional or physical problems. We don't know family problems, which I did, because the problems was just people in my truck and my head was going around. I was just thinking about what happened in Jamaica, and then the things that happened to my past. Some things I just gotta let go, man. It's hard to let go abuse. It's hard to let go being in a religious cult. Your mother locking you in the basements and not feeding you for a week. I remember these things. I remember being homeless, sleeping on the Staten Island ferry when I was young. I've been in group homes. I've been in 14 group homes. I've been in mental institution circles of care. My dad put me in there beating on my mother, and I told him to stop beating on my mother. I punched him up, and then he called the police and said I was the problem. And my mother was so scared. She was like, "Yeah, he is." She was scared to death of my dad. So I had to go into an institution, man. That was crazy. And I had to behave myself to get out. Because anytime I misbehaved, they was ready to come in there with them white suits back in the days and dope me up with some Therazine. So I had to make sure that they wasn't putting that in me, man. So I've been through a lot. I've been through jail. I've been to prison. I've been, you know, you acting like what I did wrong is like I was misled by the people and the music. And people would say that this music don't have an impact on our youth. Jamaica have to do better, man. I mean, look what your dance hall is turning into, bro. You're gonna stop popping mollies and doing all types of drugs soon, man, because they're bigger. Bo, 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 bo. Ain't no bo no more, bro. This is a shameful, man. We don't recognize our good artists no more. And then we got these guys. Yes, they're lyrically mud. Yeah, mud, lyrically mud, and they had sick at gun because they're not paying attention to what they're spreading out into the world. You can't serve two masters, man. It's either you is or for him. It says you either for me or against me, man. You can't settle the fence, for I will vomit you out my mouth. So I mean they know God. You woke up to knowing God, man. When you wake up in the morning, that's the first thing. Yes, man, praise God, man. But now it's like the music has gotten out of control. Well, anyways, my mind races sometimes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and keep it simple. When I came back to my company, man, uh, I was nervous. I got up in there and they welcomed me with open arms, and I can't believe it. But I don't think, they were hiring guys, and I went in the back, and it was like, John, I didn't realize how skillful I was for working in the moving business for so long. Because I seen guys that don't even know how to wrap a chair, didn't even know how to pack a dish. They didn't know how anything. They were going through weeks of training. I'm like, dang, it's hot as hell back here. But they had to go back there and work, and all they did was freight, you know, and they came to this side. They think that American Van Lines was lying that they could make this good money, man. I mean, you're gonna make the good money if you go out there and do a good job and you respectful and you know how to do paperwork. You know what I'm saying? And you know how to behave yourself out there and everything. You can make some good money, man. You gotta be a well-rounded person. Well, anyways, a brother, I came to the job. I went to my clearinghouse, and then I told you I failed a pre drug screening because I was smoking. So I had to stop smoking, and I had to go to the gym to get it out of my system. And then how God works in mysterious ways is they told me to come in, and I don't even think they had a truck for me. I really don't know, but I don't think they had a truck. If you got all these people waiting for a truck, man, they ain't got one. I don't know. They just gonna throw me in the midst. Somebody quit or whatever. But they just told me, hey John, I'm in Florida right now, Fort Lauderdale, and it was like, yo, John, we gonna fly you out to Georgia because we had a young man around the same age as you, man, died in his sleep. the first thing I said to myself was, "Oh my God, you know, did he die in a truck?" Because no matter how much you're giving me, bro, it's gonna be hard for me. Can we swap it out? Can we take it back to Penske and get another one? Because I'm a little afraid of that, man. All I'm gonna be doing is driving down the street thinking that he died in a truck. I really can't put up with that, man. It's just I didn't say that, but that wasn't my intentions. Like, yo, can somebody book me a flight back home because I don't want to drive around in the man that passed away's truck. But it's amazing how God kept me balanced and kept me going and kept me thinking that I was dirty, and I wasn't dirty because I was taking these home testers and these little dollar strips was kept saying positive. Sometimes it didn't positive, positive, no positive. I was like, what the hell's going on? And I can't risk to take another drug test and go into the clearinghouse because I could lose my license, man. So I decided to pay for it cash at the same place, the laboratory, do another test. They break it into two specimens and they take it to the laboratory and they give you a different balance. So it was clean. I was like, no way. I'm like, yeah, no traces of it. So I hurried up and called American Van Lines and I was like, boom. Like I said, big shout out to Mike because he was the one that said, yo, go to clearinghouse. And I didn't even nothing of it. I didn't even think nothing of it, man. So I went to clearinghouse and they gave me whatever I needed. I took the drug test and boom, I passed it. I came, flew me down to Florida. Nobody was paying me no attention. They was just kept lingering on, lingering on. Not saying nothing what they were doing. What's up? What's up, Mr. Williams? They didn't know what they were, not saying they wasn't busy, but I called the president. I called the vice president and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He was in the hospital and I just said, hey, I pray for you. And he was like, I'm gonna I'm gonna get things going for you. And he worked miracles. I mean, fast. He as soon as Matt said something, one time I told him he was like Jesus Christ. He was hard to reach. He was like, no, I'm not the Messiah. I'm just saying. I'm just joking. Because he sometimes I text him. He never texts me back, but he texted me back. So when I came and they told me to have a truck for me, all of a sudden I'm like, wow. It was like, yo, you're gonna inherit. Now I see my worth when I went to the company. I'm like, wow, these guys don't know how to pack, don't know how to load, don't know how to do nothing but drive a truck. That's just not going to get you because they want you to be experienced. When you working with customers in these $1 million homes, like you move $3.5 million homes. You go to Colorado and it's $6 million homes. Yeah, I've worked in $2 million homes. I never really went to the ghetto or regular homes. I usually go to these big homes, and sometimes you get you get a route that picks up 5,000 6,000 pounds or whatever. Looking at you, the better one. I don't get that one, but bless up, big up yourself. So all of a sudden I'm like, man, it was like, yo, he was a good man, bro, and he was been with the company for a while, and he's got a good route, John, and you're gonna inherit that. Oh man, just that alone, you see, because I'm like the story of the prodigal son, man. I love God, man, but sometimes I don't love myself, and I don't make the right decisions. Sorry if I get a little emotional because God has blessed me more than y'all understand. I've been through a lot in my life, and God loves me dearly. But I always disrespect Him. I always leave Him right where He stands, and He never leaves my side. And I got a great route. They took me back with open arms. They was like, John, we're happy to have you back, and that wasn't a miracle because usually when you leave a job, you don't come back. I literally stopped driving, parked the truck, and got out and left. But I parked the truck back where it belonged, took pictures, didn't damage it, didn't mess up anything, and I parked it there, man. I just could not deal with the emotional stress of being in a truck and with all the problems that I was going in my head. Remember, I was trying to build a house in Jamaica, and I just left it. I walked. You know how long I worked for that. You know how much money I saved for that. And just the people that bad mind me and just talk bad about me and say he's a drugs boy, he's a drugs dealer from America. Him never amount to nothing. Even my own uncle said, boy, the boy that never the house. I had to come over here and work, and the house was just sitting over there turning green because you know what I'm saying. Uh, you had to because the blocks them turn green. So them on them tell the community and they say, yo, John is a worthless boy, and he's never gonna finish it. If I started it, at least give me the chance to finish it. So when I go back to Jamaica, then sell off all my sand, they thief my blocks, them, anything. The last time I left you, I don't even know, man. I walked around the neighborhood and was gonna take the windows out because I was afraid that he was gonna come and take the windows out, man. Every time I left Jamaica, if I had sand, blocks, steel, anything, gravel, it was all gone. They would use it for their own house. But I would say nothing. I would buy more and complete what I can complete. And then when I leave, I come back again, they sell it off again and again and again. People in the community that I had tools. I brought drills and edges and cutters and everything. Them take away and sell off. But I just let it go because I'm a good youth. I don't know my struggles because I was dying to live in Jamaica. I was can't can't wait to go to Jamaica and live again. But every time I come back, they sell off my stuff because John has a good heart, and they know that. And I still give them money. I had people working for me, family, when I give them, buy them all types of stuff. And they look at me straight in my face and tell me, you ain't do nothing for me, nigga. Straight up, straight up. You ain't do nothing for me. But it's all good. Because this time I done been there 7, 8, 9 times. I God knows how much time my passport stamp up and I work. And I tell my wife from early days, I say, yo, man, if I go back to Jamaica, I'm building my house. Nobody gonna stop me. Well, they did. Because I ain't going back over there. So, give and take. I came back over here and I got a good job. And a man died. A man died. What is the possibility of a brother dying? God rest in peace. God rest his soul. I hope to God he was a Christian man or he was a man of God. Understand? Not a Christian, but a follower of the cross. See, that's the difference between religion is life and death. See, we choose to understand, not to understand. The difference between religion is death. See, I'm a follower of the cross. I don't jump around, hallelujah. No, 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 no. I just know what God is. There's nothing wrong with doing that, but I'm just telling you. I don't go and speaking. Blah, 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 blah. I understand. God is a real person. God is real, and I'm real, and I'm real with Him. And I give God the glory because I know where I came from. Are you ready? Yes, sir. Excuse me 1 minute, please. I just gotta ask my recruiter real quick. He just asked me if I was ready real quick. Please hold on for 1 second. All right, back again. So, and then man died, and I got his route, and I'm inheriting that, man. It's like the prodigal son. You see, I went back into the world, and I started running around like a fool, partying. You know what I'm saying? Forgetting myself. You know what I'm saying? Unfaithful to the father, man. You know what I'm saying? My wife would just anoint my head with oil. She anointed my head before I came here. My wife anoint. She runs around. She's like, I gotta anoint your head with oil. What type of woman does that, man? Man, I love that woman so much. So she anointed my head with oil and she sent me off. You see what God did? He got when the prodigal son had slept with the dogs and the pigs and the pigsty and all that stuff, and that's me. See, I dealt with the world, man. Slept with the pigs again and ran in the world, and didn't care, have a concern. Okay, and I gotta go, guys. The Uber is coming. But when you come back to God, is in the Bible when He came and the father came and he threw himself at his feet and he told him, yo, kill the fattest calf. And he paraded him with the robe. He threw a robe on him. You know what I mean? Put a ring on him. And he said, this is my son, for he was lost, but now he's found. You know what I mean? So it's like God came back to me, man. It was like, son, I love you, and I love you too, Dad. But not only are you gonna get your job back, son, I'm gonna give you the better route for you can make better money and you could be able to bless other people. And I give God the glory for that. And I thank you, Lord Father God, because I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. And I came back with a new understanding because you see, I was too spoiled by Him. He was giving me everything. And like Job, He just took everything. He stripped everything away from me. He stripped everything away from me again. I was back flat, working for some crappy job, just doing whatever. Knowing that how much skills I got and how much money I was just making, I've been making for so long. I smoked marijuana. I can't go back on duty. I'm lost. I cleaned myself up and I fell to the knees and I gave God the glory. Usually I'll be in a hotel room, going to a bar, running around, going to a club, going somewhere. No, no, I sat in here and gave God the glory. I went to the gym. I'll be going to the gym. Look, look. Ah, look at that boy. Look at that boy. Ugh. I was fat, man. You know what I mean? Look at that. Ugh. Ugh. Oh, oh, oh. That's going to the gym, man. And I give God the glory for that. And I motivated myself. I said I'm gonna go to the gym and get myself motivated, man. And that's me right there. See, that's me right there. Got them fresh J's on. I haven't even worn those in a while because I keep them in a box. But I just give God the glory. I'm smiling because the streets used to call my name and they can't calling my name right now. Where you at? Where you at, John John? I'm nowhere to be found, man. I'm looking at the streets like this. No, thank you. I'll I love my wife. I love my children, and I love my father. And let me reverse that. Let me. I love my father. I love my children. I love my wife. I love everything. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm headed to the office right now. It's just an amazing thing to come from so much and to have so many people care for you, man. With all these tattoos on my arms and all this stuff on my arms in Brooklyn and trouble and I don't even know what some of this stuff is. Depression is something else, but God can lift those if you put your work and your efforts into things, man. I don't know about murderers or whatever. You can come out and be a motivational speaker or not, but I had like counterfeiting. I had the feds in my face, grand theft and all that. I'm stealing cars. I'm out there just doing all types of cussing. And God took me back up, and I'm like a federal employee because I'm regulated by the federal. My drug test said federal on it. So I'm not bragging. I'm just giving God the glory and giving guys hope like myself that there is something out there that you can do better. When people say you can't make it, God says you can. God bless y'all, every last one of y'all. Big up yourself. Word up. Yo, and Jamaican people, go back to the beginning of where you know Christ, when you know God, and expose these people out there for touching these little children and cheating them wrong. And big up the youth then that's struggling. I know the music sometimes you have to promote different things, but find God in your music and he will bless your heart. Amen. In your life. Big up yourself. Respect. And I'm gonna start making more videos because we're gonna turn this channel all the way up. So like and subscribe and share this video. One love.